Michael, do you like dogs?
Love dogs.
So do I. Love them. Do you like dogs that bite?
Oh, not too fond of those ones. No.
Good call. Well, that's what Kathy's up against this week, so let's see how she goes. Kathy, good luck.
One of the things I think all dog owners fear is that their dog will bite someone, even if it's just a little nip. And that's the problem that I'm looking at today. Keith and Penny Slipper contacted me asking if I could help with their dog Sky, who's been giving strangers a nip here and there. Well, I'm a stranger and I'm standing outside the front of their home, so let's go inside and see what happens. Hello, Keith. How are you going?
Very well, thanks.
Nice to meet you.
Come in.
Thank you. Keith, how do you feel about visitors coming to your home? Do you feel comfortable having them?
Well, generally we do. We are getting concerned now with probably if small kids come. So we have to leave him outside until they get used to him a little bit more.
To me, I don't feel threatened whatsoever with having Sky here in front of me. What we need to do to help visitors and strangers is teach them what and what not to do with Sky. And that's going to mean that everyone's safe and happy. So
Right.
because most dogs can cope with that doesn't mean that it makes it right for us to do it, especially to dogs that have had a history of not being too comfortable with being patted on the head. So the first thing that we need to look for is just to check to see that Sky actually wants to be patted in the first place.
Okay,
Now, at the
there's the
moment,
signs, okay.
at the moment he's leaning quite into you, isn't he? So
Yeah.
there's not really that much sign that he wants me to pat him. Now that doesn't mean that he's going to bite just because I do pat him on the head, as it's quite evident. But a better way to do it is just to perhaps even just get underneath and give him a little tickle. And that's less threatening. Now, if he looked like he stiffened up when I did that, which he didn't, I would then back off because I'd realise that he's not even liking that. Keith, another thing that's really important just to keep an eye out to avoid people doing to Sky is what we think has been okay for ages, and really we've been doing the dogs a disservice by putting our hands out and having the dog smell. Now, he's got such an acute sense of smell, he can smell me from here. Some dogs actually will react to the hand and bite the hand as it's doing that because they see this separate appendage sticking out in front of the dog's nose. So the better way to do it is just allow the dog to approach and gently hold your hand by the side and allow him to do the sniffing.
Okay, well that's a good point.
The other thing that I think is important too is to desensitise Sky to having his collar grabbed.
So generally just keep touching him around the collar a fair bit so he gets used to being held if he has to be held.
Yeah, and what we want to do is make that collar grabbing a good thing. So basically, Keith, what I'd like you to do is just put your hand through the collar,
Right.
tell Sky he's a good boy.
Good boy, good boy.
And we can see he's more than comfortable with that. So now we can just take it up to the next level and just give it a little bit of a jiggle and give him a treat.
Yeah.
And what we've just done there is we're getting him quite used to having his collar held, and we're up in the
yes.
ante a little bit, so that what you'll do is you'll build it up. As obviously he's more than comfortable with this level, so then every now and then you might even grab it and do a bit more of a jiggle. And it's really so important for us to understand the body language of dogs, because by not understanding that, we're doing them such a disservice, and it's really keeping an eye on what people do.
Okay, yep, so keep our eyes open, eh?
Keep your eyes open.